Hello friends, and welcome to the Hanged Man in the Moon. If this is your first time here, welcome to another episode of You Got Mail. If you're a returning visitor, thank you for returning. Let me begin with an apology. This is primarily for my friends in the United Kingdom. Yeah, my UK friends. Because unfortunately, unless you live in the United Kingdom or have someone who can help you in the United Kingdom, this is not going to be a video perhaps for you. This is something that I'm really excited about. I'm very excited about it, and I'm not the kind of person who uses the word excited freely and easily. Yeah, I wait until I really am excited about something. I'm happy about things, I'm interested in things, but some things I am excited about. Yeah, for example, a Kickstarter that I've been waiting for a long time, and it finally arrives, and I'm really excited. Yeah, for example, my recent artisan tarot, Nicholas Convert deck in the beautiful rosewood box. I was really excited about that. And I'm also excited about the next deck that's coming out from then. I think I've got it already. And when I have time, I will do a walkthrough of that. I think it's the Noble. Anyways, I'm excited about that. And I'm excited about this because this has been a long way in coming. This has been a long journey for me. Yeah. This is a series of magazines and decks that is being produced in the United Kingdom and only ships in the United Kingdom. And I heard about this. It feels like it was more than 2 years ago, but probably it was only a year ago that I heard about this. And I really got interested in it. The idea of a subscription magazine that also gives us tarot decks at the same time. I thought it was a wonderful, exciting idea. And so I waited, and I waited, and I waited, and then I forgot about it. And then I saw our wonderful Simon at the Hermit's Cave do a walkthrough of it, and I thought, yes, I forgot about that, yes! And he has a wonderful walkthrough of it. So I suggest going over to see him do his walkthrough, because he's one of the best, right? But also, I recommend you sticking around and see me going through this package. This is the first installment. I believe this will have 3 magazines, and well, I'll show you what's in here. This is called, you can also see it in the title bar, yeah, Total Tarot, the definitive step-by-step course. So it's a way to study tarot. There will be Tarot de Marseille. There will be a Tarot de Marseille deck that also comes here, but mostly it's going to be Rider-Waite-Smith based. Again, I'm excited. Let me turn the camera down and we'll look at what all is in this wonderful little package. Let's look. So friends, this is going to be a little bit tricky because frankly, this is a very large package. And the cover of this cover, the cover is super glossy, as you can see. But what we are looking at here is the first installment of Total Tarot, the definitive step-by-step course. And this is a binder. Love the artwork on the binder. We can see the major arcana from a couple of different decks. Yeah, this is definitely Tarot de Marseille. This is definitely Pamela Coleman Smith's art recolored, as is this. We got another Tarot de Marseille. We've got a clone deck here. We've got an Egyptian deck here. We've got a lot of different decks here. And I believe all of them are actually going to be coming out in this series in addition to others. So that's one reason I'm really excited. I can expand my collection at a fairly reasonable cost. discover things I might not have otherwise discovered on my own. So let's get into this. What we're looking at here is a binder for the magazines, and there will be other binders that come out later on as the series progresses. But this is the first binder, and let me take out the contents of the binder. This is the binder. The inside of the binder is very clever because this is a fairly low-cost production. This is not that expensive. For 2 magazines, I think we're paying something like, I got the premium edition. So for 2 magazines, we're paying something in the range of like almost, well, less than 18 pounds. So that's 2 magazines and a deck for less than 18 pounds. That is, I think, brilliant. So on the inside of this full binder, what do we see? We see these little guys, and these little guys are what we're going to take out and use to insert the magazines. So this is a binder for the magazines. So what would happen is we take these out, yeah? One of these would go on the top, one of these would go on the bottom, and insert into this here for a binder for magazines. I think this is very, very clever. And you can see it's basically produced by Lo Scarabeo. You can see that, yes? Okay, so let's get the binder out of the way and look at what we've got here. So this is, let's go from issue 1 to issue 3. I'm not going to do a detailed walkthrough of the decks because there's really a lot in here. So this is issue 1, and well, let me pull out 2 and 3 so we can just look at number 1. I haven't looked inside of here yet. So this is issue 1. Yay! I really am excited. What do we get in issue 1? We've got the box for the Golden Art Nouveau. Now, I do not have the Golden Art Nouveau. That's something that I actually had not been that interested in purchasing, frankly. I'm not all that interested in bling, but, you know, as part of this series, at this price, I thought, yes. I mean, I don't get to choose. It's like the Book of the Month Club or a, what would you call it? Oh yes, in the past there were CD of the Month clubs. Do you remember those from like Columbia Records? So instead of a CD of the month or a book of the month, what we've basically got here is a deck of the month. And you can stop your subscription at any time, but I'm not planning on stopping my subscription. I'm planning on diving into these decks. So here we have the Golden Art Nouveau box. Very nicely done. It's a tough box, but you know, like I said, the cost is not that high. For the cost, very good. Let me open up this package. If you don't want to look, if you don't want to see scissors, look away. So, box, nicely done. Yeah, it opens up very easily. Look at this. Look at this. Ta-da! Yeah, it'll open up very nicely, very easily to insert the deck. Very standard box from Lo Scarabeo. We see the Lo Scarabeo logo here. So we've got the box, and here we do not have the entire deck. This deck, I believe, is going to be coming out piecemeal. So I believe this will have the major arcana only. So here we go into the major arcana only with the first issue of the box, opening up the packaging. Now, granted, there is a lot of plastic in this series. That is one little thing that is not the best, but you know, oh, look at that. So, I'm not going to do a full flip through, but we've got here from the Fool. Look, do you see the bling? Do you see the bling? Now, I told you, I'm not a bling fanatic, but if I've got it, I'm going to enjoy it. There's the bling. So we've got the Fool, we've got the Magician, and oh, there we go. That's where that card from the what do we call the binder came from. Yes, that was the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot. So I think this is going to be a lovely deck to use. A lovely deck, a fun deck to use. people's faces look pretty severe, don't they? So anyways, if you would like to see a full walkthrough of this when I get the entire deck, let me know in the comments below. So that's the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot. We've got from the Fool to, whoa, the World's upside down. That's interesting. To the World card. And this will continue coming out piece by piece. So there's the Golden Art Nouveau. Set that aside. And let's look at the magazine. What do we get? It's part 1. The magazine is the cover. The Golden Art Tarot, the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot Major Arcana. So it tells you what you're getting in the package. And then inside we've got a table of contents. Introducing Total Tarot, reading the Tarot, the essentials, Arcana reference, welcome to the Arcana, Tarot spreads, including introducing spreads, Tarot deck library, Golden Art Tarot. We've got a couple of pages about the deck. Arcana reference, key to the major arcana. Arcana reference, card in detail, the Fool. Okay, so we've got an overview of the major arcana, and then we have a 3-page deep dive into the first card, the Fool. Then we've got tarot techniques, asking questions, always an important thing to talk about and think about. And then the Total Tarot Glossary. Let's flip to the glossary just for a moment. What do we see? Okay, so we've got a glossary of terms. Wonderful. Book of Thoth, Bonifacio, Bembo. So we've got some good vocabulary being introduced in the magazine as well. So this is going to be very good for educational purposes and reference purposes as well. The major arcana. So we've got images, we've got text. It's not daunting with text, but very informative. I think it looks like it will be very informative. So this is another reason why I was so excited about this, or am so excited about this series, because we've got some education bit by bit so that you're not overwhelmed. Like, I'm sorry, I love Benabel Wen's book, Holistic Tarot, right here, right behind me. Ta-dam! But, you know, this can be overwhelming for a beginner, right? This is not going to be overwhelming for a beginner. This is going to be a wonderful series, especially for a new person to tarot. We can get our collection or our tools, a good broad range of tools started. Now, really, okay, you only ever need one tarot deck. But for learning tarot, having a diversity of things to look at, to compare, to study, I think really does help if you want to really dive into understanding what tarot is and how to use it. So this is going to be a very, very useful series of magazines. I can tell just by looking at the first issue. Then we have, okay, TotalTarotCollection.com, Start Your Tarot Journey. Oh, so this is basically information about the decks that will be coming out. So a Visconti is going to be coming out, which is wonderful. Pre-Raphaelite. The Thelma Tarot, I'm waiting for that one. The Golden Art Nouveau is coming. The Illuminati, the John Bauer, the Queen of Wands. This is all wonderful. Now, I told you that I got the premium edition, which should include the Star Tarot, and that has not arrived yet. So when that does arrive, I will show you. So let's see, Deck in Detail. Welcome to the Deck in Detail. Deck in Detail, the Fool, the Empress. Let's look. Okay, so Reference Guide 1, Major Arcana to Cups. Deepen your knowledge, your decks, decode your decks, develop your skills. Okay, so, okay, so this is in relation to the next deck we're going to be seeing, which comes with issues 2 and 3. So I will leave this here, and I will go into number 2. This is number 2. So number 2, we have the magazine. We have another card from the Golden Art Nouveau. Yes, Tarot. And we have this, which is a little bit one of the reasons why I'm so excited about this series. It's because of issues 2 and 3. My excitement is because of that. So, what do we have? In this package, we have a card for the Golden Art Nouveau. Now, this series of magazines and decks comes out once a month. It's bi-monthly, I believe is the word I want to say, where there are 2 issues per month. But it comes out once a month. So once a month, you will receive 2 issues. And with those 2 issues, we'll have 1 deck split in half. And then a card from the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot. So here's the Ace of Cups that I will add right now to my pack of the Golden Art Nouveau. Isn't this a stunning card? Now we've got the bird, we've got the dove with a Eucharist, a host here, coming to the chalice, being held by a hand, and a lily pond here. Lovely, lovely card. Card stock. Okay, so we're going with a series of low-cost tarot decks, right? However, this card stock it's thin. I'm not going to say it's thick. It is thin, but it is very flexible, very durable, and it will shuffle beautifully. Size. The Golden Art Tarot is actually large compared to a US Games deck. Yeah. Here is my US Games Universal Tarot. Also Rider-Waite-Smith. Yeah. Rider-Waite-Smith. Here's the Two of Wands. But you can see that the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot is larger than a standard US Games deck. However, it's also maybe just a little bit thinner cardstock, but it's just as flexible and just as durable. So this is going to hold up very nicely. So let's put this with the rest, with the major arcana for the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot. It's going to shuffle beautifully. And I am a riffle shuffler, if you know me. So before we look at this, let's look at this, the magazine. Again, issue 2. What do we have? Let me make sure that you can see this well. Okay, so it's a little glossy. I'm very sorry. Reading the Tarot, explaining the major arcana. Tarot techniques, answering questions, 6 to 7, pages 6 to 7. Then we have Tarot spreads, past, present, and future. We've got pages 8, 9, and 10 about this one spread, which is wonderful. Let's go right there. Let's see, page 8, 9, and 10, 7. So we've got pages 8, 9, and 10 about this one very simple, very common 3-card past, present, future spread. And again, it's not text heavy. We've got pictures of crystals, we've got pretty plants, we've got other stuff to enliven the visual landscape of the information. We've also got cards, we've got large images with very clear color photos. This is wonderful. This is wonderful. What else is in this issue? Your Tarot collection, this issue's gift, a visual guide to the major arcana of the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot deck you received with this issue. Arcana reference, card in detail. We'll look at the Magician for pages 12 to 15. So 12, 13, 14, 15. 4 pages on the Magician itself. And then we've got the Tarot deck library, Radiant Wise Spirit. We've got information about this deck. And also the Total Tarot Glossary, C through D. I see. So the glossary is going to have 2 letters per issue for a while, I suppose. We could only do about 13 issues that way. Maybe even fewer, because Q would probably have not many words, and X would probably not have many words either. So here is C and D. And we've got everything from caduceus to clouds as a symbol, to dog as a symbol, to dualism. This is going to be a very helpful series of magazines for the beginner at Tarot, and for all of us, I believe. I'm sure I'm going to have a lot to learn, and of course, I'm still a beginner, but not a brand new beginner. I've been at this for a while, but always a beginner, right? Right. Okay, so issue 2 magazine, and let's see, what do we have here? Deck in detail. So this, oh yes, this was from that first issue. But then we have the box for the Radiant Wise Tarot. Now, again, opens up very easily. This will slip right into place, right? Be able to slip the deck right in here. Wonderful. And this, well, okay, again, setting this aside to look at issue 3, because we can look at this entire deck together, right? So here we have issue 3. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, yay. Yay, yay, yay. So, setting this aside, we have the Ace of Wands from my ever-growing, ever-expanding Golden Art Nouveau Tarot. Yeah, we can see the bling. Bling, 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 bling. Beautiful. Let me get this a little bit closer for you. Isn't that lovely? Ah, this is a wonderful series. Okay, so, and we have a bag now for the Golden Art Nouveau deck. Beautiful, beautiful satin finish bag. Is it really satin? Probably not really satin. Maybe. Probably not really satin, but a lovely bag. It feels durable. It feels durable enough, especially, again, at the price we're paying. We've got the Temperance card, I believe, from the Golden Art Nouveau. Yes, that's probably Temperance. Let's go in and double check. Here we have the Wheel, Justice, Hanged Man, Death. Yep, there we go. The Temperance card. Good. So the inside is also finished, nicely finished. Yeah, we've got nice colors that match the wings and the background on the bag. Oh, nice. Okay, so what do we have for issue 3? We have the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot. Reading, okay, what's here? Major Arcana, Minor Arcana explained for 3 pages. Tarot techniques, general readings, tarot spreads, the Golden Cross. Again, we have pages 8, 9, and 10, 3 pages for that. We have this issue's gift, a visual guide to the Minor Arcana of the Radiant Wise Spirit deck, plus your free card pouch, part 2 of the deck in detail. Okay, explore the High Priestess card. We have pages 12 to 15 on the High Priestess. World of Tarot, a brief history of Tarot. Now, only 2 pages, but helpful. And then the glossary from E to F. So again, so lovely. So lovely. Here's an explanation of the premium subscription. Upgrade to a premium subscription and receive the Starman Tarot deck plus your 6 exclusive free gifts. There will be other... So this is what I'm expecting later, and hopefully I will get it soon. And when I do get it, I will show it to you. I never really thought I would buy the Starman Tarot, but it's coming. It's coming. Okay, so again, we've got... What do we have? Reading the Tarot, Secrets of the Minor Arcana, Swords, Pentacles, number cards, meanings for the numbers, numerological meanings, the courts, general reading, how to do that, what to do, and you'll see information about Marseille in here as well. So it's not only going to be Rider-Waite-Smith, which I appreciate. I believe there will also be some Thoth in here as well. So we get a good broad knowledge of Tarot through this series as well. Oh, this is just wonderful. It's just wonderful. Visual reference to the Radiant Wise. The High Priestess, one of my favorite cards, right? Probably yours as well. Most of us love the High Priestess card. If you don't love the High Priestess card, let me know in the comments below and say why. I'd love to hear somebody say, I don't really like the High Priestess because of XYZ. Anyway, so here is the High Priestess. Continues here. Some other versions of the High Priestess so we can compare. Oh, it's just wonderful. Brief history of Tarot, starting with the Sforza deck. Yay! Yay, Sforza! We had, a great debt of gratitude, I believe, to the Visconti Sforza family. Yes, the Glossary from E to F. French School, Full Moon, Elemental Dignities, Esotericism. Esotericism, that's the word, esotericism. Okay, so issue 3, also lovely. And what will come in issues 4 and 5 will be the Thelma Tarot. Yay! Okay, so deck in detail. The Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot. Now, this is actually a little bit different from the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot, especially as Simon Harrison of the Hermit's Cave explains it, because there is a little bit of history here. There was a deck that was put out quite a while ago. And let me see if I can find, I should have pulled it out already. Let me see if I can find it. Just a moment. Sorry, I should have thought ahead. There was a deck that was put out called the Pamela Coleman Smith RWS Tarot. Yeah? And this was originally printed in a way that was a little bit odd, a little bit quirky, a little bit darker than other iterations of the Rider-Waite-Smith. And this deck was called by, I believe, Kelly Bear first coined the phrase, the Dirty Pam. Yeah, the Dirty Pam. And it was a little bit popular, but suddenly, somehow, for some reason, this is Los Garabeo, now they decided to mess everything up. They recolored, or they cleaned up what they believed they did. They cleaned up this copy and put it in the same friggin' box. So they changed the deck and stuck it in the same box with the same name. So people later, when they wanted to go and get the Pamela Coleman Smith Dirty Pam, they'd see this box and they'd say, okay, that's what I want. And that's what I did. And I did not get the Dirty Pam. I got this one, which is not what I wanted. I still have it, but it's not what I wanted. And I was very, very disappointed. You can see that the backs are different from the Radiant Wise deck, but I love these backs. Yeah, the white lily and the red rose. I love these backs. But you'll see that this and this are not the same. So then later, people complained, I guess, or they got a lot of feedback, and they came out with what is now called the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot, which I do not have. Because frankly, it was a little bit too different. It wasn't exactly the Dirty Pam. And I didn't like it as much, just seeing it, the images. And I really wanted a Dirty Pam. But again, like I said, what I got was this. Now, what this series has done is gone back, basically, they're calling it the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot, but it's not really the same Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot that is sold, generally. This is, according to Simon, exactly the same as his Dirty Pam. So I'm not going to do a real in-depth flip through. I would suggest going to see Simon Harrison at the Hermit's Cave, his version, his walkthrough of it. But I will give you a quick glimpse at these side by side with the what I believe, what I think of as the false Pamela Coleman Smith deck, because they changed it on us. And this one, which is apparently exactly the same as the Dirty Pam, although it is now being called the Radiant Wise Smith Tarot for this series. Okay, so here we go. This is off. This is off. Okay, this one starts with the Fool, so I'll pull out the Fool. And again, I'm not going to do a detailed walkthrough. If you want to see a detailed walkthrough by me, you can put there's my Fool. Why is he there? Okay, you can say something in the description, in the comments below, and I'll do a full walkthrough. But again, Simon Harrison has also done a perfect, wonderful walkthrough in detail of this deck with the Dirty Pam, which I do not have. So I would suggest that. But if you want to see me do it, again, in the comments below, say something. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the video, I'm going to zoom in, and we can do a quick look at what we've got here. So, this is the one with the series. This is the one that was called the second version of the Pamela Coleman Smith RWS Tarot. Now, cardstock, they are... this one is just a tad, maybe just a tad thicker than this one, just a tad stiffer than this one. This one feels very nice, a little plasticized, but again, thin, sturdy, easy to shuffle. Yeah, the size difference is almost negligible. In fact, I think it is negligible. Okay, so when I said thicker, what I really meant was it is stiffer. Yeah, the thickness is practically the same. You can see these decks side by side right here, practically the same, right? So let me set this back down. Let me set this back down, and let's look at the backs briefly. This is what the backs of the subscription RW Radiant Wise Dirty Pam looks like. And this is what the back of the Pamela Coleman Smith RWS deck looks like. Yeah? A little bit too zoomed in. This looks much nicer, if you ask me. As far as back designs go, this is perfect, beautiful, spot on. Okay. So here we go. Take off the title card for this one. Size-wise, compared to US games, they are both okay. Okay. How can I show you this? Let's see. They both have borders. So can you see this? That the US games is just a little bit wider, but the same height. Yeah, this is the US games deck. You can see that, right? So the Lo Scarabeo deck is just a little bit thinner, but the same height. Okay, so the Fool. Look at the difference in coloration here. This is a beautiful deck. Notice how dirty the sky looks, how aged, how dirty. Yeah, it looks a little bit dirty, right? Like somebody, but this is beautiful to me. Absolutely beautiful. And do you notice how clean the line work looks in this one? This seems a little bit pixelated for the coloration, the color on the face, but here it's a much smoother color. Yeah, I like the way the rocks look here, much better than in this deck. The artwork just looks more refined and detailed and textured and easier to see, if that all makes sense to you. So like I said, I'm not going to do an in-depth, but look at that. Apparently, Now, I thought that this deck would have Pixies, what do you call it? The font. Now, the font here looks different from what I remember seeing on Simon Harrison's channel, but I'd have to go back and look. Sorry, just took a sip of coffee, but look at that coloration. Look at that. And then the High Priestess. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Yes. And so, again, not an in-depth walkthrough. Not the sky. The colors in this are so much more refined. Notice the background, how harsh those lines look as opposed to the smoothness of the one in the subscription box. Now, the Hierophant. The Lovers. Lovely. You can see the colors in the hair are much smoother, just smoother. And here we go with the Chariot, Le Chariot. Strength. Yeah? Notice the light behind and the depth of color at the top. The color on the lion as opposed to this pixelated version. Now, there is a place for that pixelation as well. Oh, look at this Hermit card. The Wheel of Fortune. Look at the difference between this figure here and this figure here. And Justice. Oh, Justice is so much easier to see here in the subscription version. And the Hanged Man. Look at that. Death. Now, I really did think we would get that Pixie's font would be here. It's a little bit surprising to me. The Devil. The Tower. The Star. Look how smooth her skin is. The Moon. Notice the color difference in the crustacean, the lobster coming up. Instead of red, it's kind of a purplish color. Interesting. The Sun. Here comes the Sun. Now, I don't see the oh shit squiggle here. Okay, now I'm beginning to wonder. There should be that extra little squiggle here, from what I recall. Let's see. Here we go with the Judgment card and the World. Interesting. So I really recommend going over to see Simon at the Hermit's Caves walkthrough of these decks. Ace of Cups. So I'm not going to go through again. Just quickly flip through some of these minor arcana. And again, if you'd like to see a full walkthrough of this deck, we can do it. Let me know in the comments below. Yeah. Let me go to the Queen of Swords. That's one of my favorites. Let me pull out the Queen of Swords. Where is she? Where's the swords are down here at the bottom. Okay. Queen of Swords. Look at her. Let's pull out the Queen of Swords here. Queen of Swords. The 10. The 9, I'm sorry, the 10. The Page, the Knight, the Queen of Swords. Look at the difference in the back, the sky color. The color of her robes. The smoothness of the skin. Lovely, absolutely lovely. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is my subscription that I highly recommend if you live in the United Kingdom or have access to help from the United Kingdom to purchase this series and continue with subscriptions. I would highly recommend this series. It's gorgeous. It's going to be fun. It's going to be educational. And there you have it. So friends, let me know what you think. Is this something you have? Are you getting this? Are you planning on subscribing? Do you wish you could subscribe? Let me know in the comments below. Hit the like button if you haven't already, so that I know that you've watched this and it has been meaningful to you. Hit the alarm bell when you subscribe. Please subscribe to my channel so that you get notifications of when I upload videos. And share this with anyone who you think might get benefit from this, who might be interested in getting this series. I'll put a link below if you want to go over and subscribe yourself. And friends, also, as always, comment below. I really would love to hear from you. And now, as always, I wish you love, joy, well-being, and pure awareness. Thank you.